stupid.
I almost died 3 times in those 20 minutes.
So Martin's is quite a bit heavy.
Jesus.
So I stand.
I would assume most people that watch this and don't know you would assume as the world's strongest man with a commercial on TV, you just must be at a level 10 confidence all the time.
Oh, well, that's a good question.
Where would you say, in all honesty, your confidence is on a daily basis
That's
between 1 and 10?
Very difficult question to answer because for me it's such a web, right?
Meaning your overall confidence with your life, just in general.
With my life. Okay, I'd say like I'm an 8.
Okay, what's in between the 8 and the 10?
Huh.
And do you understand that there would be people that'd be like, an 8? Wow, I'm surprised he's not at a 10 all the time.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. What's between? I think a big one is focus. I struggle focusing. This has to do with ADD, I think, as well. I struggle keeping to my word in terms of doing work sometimes. I get overwhelmed very easily in social settings. I get overwhelmed, and
What does that feel like in a social setting?
anxiety, and it's like I want to run away.
And what are you making up about yourself in those moments? Best you can say.
Let's see. Sometimes I feel like it's imposter syndrome. I'm like, you guys don't know where I started. I'm just a geeky kid that was lost, and that's what I feel like. So I feel like I'm not good enough to be receiving the attention I'm receiving.
Is that really something you get a lot? Where you don't feel like you're good enough to receive that attention?
Yeah. I can struggle with that one.
Is it almost like a dual thing where on some level it feels great,
It feels great.
and
yeah.
on another level it feels like, fuck, I don't deserve this?
Yes.
I guarantee people out there would be surprised.
Yeah, I know. Because, I definitely couldn't make it there by myself either. I have a lot of people to thank on my journey.
I think anybody successful has a lot of people who've helped them.
A lot. It takes a village.
It's a team effort on so many levels.
So
like,
many levels.
If you go back to without Mikal,
Yeah.
you're not in California.
I'm not in California, yeah.
Without Ode,
Absolutely.
like there's just so many steps.
Without you, I'm not here on the beach.
I get the imposter syndrome thing. That's very common.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it. Everybody deals with it. Like it's just something we all go through. Is there a part of you that at least goes, I worked my ass off in those lifts?
Very much so.
Even before anybody was around me, I was working my ass off in those lifts.
Hence why it said 8 and not below. Because it's mostly me going, fuck yeah. That was a lot of work. I could feel what my body's been through every day.
Especially now at 30.
Yeah. That reminds me, everything I put into it.
How different does your body feel now than, say, 22?
I remember when I was in my early 20s, and we were knocking. You were teaching me some...
Door to door.
Door to door. I remember there's one door we knocked. I was in my early 20s. Guy answers the door. We go through a long conversation. I don't remember what the conversation was, but he said one thing that stuck with me back then. He's like, man, you're in your early 20s. Well, you better enjoy it. 28, that's where everything changes.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember thinking, nah, that ain't gonna happen.
This dude was right.
28 is when I started feeling it. And he was dead on. It was like 28.
Oh, wow. I believe it. I
Yeah,
believe it.
You were right next to me going, yeah, 28. And he was like, yeah, 28. I'm like, nah, not 28.
My life changed at 28. I get it.
Yeah, it was both good. I mean, it was mostly good, but of course, I felt it.
So if 22-year-old you woke up in this body before he sees the mirror,
Yeah.
would he know something's different?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like
I felt like
feel.
rubber back then. That's the best way to put it.
Just elastic.
I felt elastic. Yeah, I felt like it could run a bus into me, and I'd be like bounce off of it. It is amazing how that is like such a. Like I'm stronger now. I'm tougher, but but I'll feel things the next day. Whereas back then I didn't.
Is there a part of you that's more badass now or less badass?
There's definitely a part of me that's more badass now. Like for example, my muscles can handle more. Back then they couldn't.
Okay.
So my muscles would get sore if I worked out hard. They got so sore. They got sore easily.
Okay.
It takes a lot for my muscles to get sore now. Instead, now it's my bones and joints.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a different soreness.
Is there a part of you that
I feel like the
your
motor
voice kicks in to stop you that
Yeah.
it wouldn't have at the time?
Yes. So back then I had no off switch. Now I definitely
Yeah.
go, nah.
Like running up the mountain?
Yeah. Yeah, running up the mountain in Giants Live, just stupid.
How long does it take you?
Easy.
Hi. How many hours?
3,
Exactly
minutes.
three.
It was meant to be 20 minutes.
No, he claimed 20 minutes.
I could have done it in 20
Competing in Giants Live on Saturday. You're covered in.
What the fuck happened?
Hang on. His knees are muddy and his chest is muddy. I can't quit you.
I almost died 3 times in those 20 minutes.
So Martin's is quite a heavy.
Jesus.
So I stand.
Stupid. But I would say it's almost like my motor is stronger, but the hinges are a little creaky.
Okay. It's like an older car with a nice motor.
Yes, like a classic car it's like a classic supercar. It's got some bolts loose.
Do you feel like Columbia gave you a nice little touch up?
I
on
do
the car?
feel like Columbia gave me a nice touch up. So far, I feel better every week. I hope. Again, I say this because I'm not lifting heavy, and it's hard to gauge how my body's really feeling if I'm not lifting heavy. I got a couple more months of holding back.
But since the shots, the overwhelming feeling is you feel better.
I do feel better, yes.
Granted, you're not doing all the lifting.
Yeah. The first injury that went, like, I'd say 99% gone is my the Quervian syndrome, which is what I got from video gaming. So stupid. right?
Lockdown life, eh?
I was playing so many video games so intensely in the beginning of quarantine, it messed up my thumb here and my tendon, and it was starting to affect my lift, and I couldn't get rid of it. No matter what rehab did or how I pulled back, it just kept persisting. And then I got stem cells injected right into it, and within like 1 week, that's gone.
Have you tried playing video games though?
Yeah,
And it's worked fine?
it's fine. I haven't done intense gaming.
Okay. Like Overwatch?
Yeah, like I've played Overwatch, but not like the way I used to play it.
Okay.
Because I think it was just because I would start my Overwatch doing like aim practice.
Yes.
Where I would see like basically I was in an empty room with like balls that would fly around. And I had to shoot them, and it would give me I'd have like a minute to get as many, and it gave me my accuracy and all that.
He's actually quite accurate.
And
And his gamer tag is... No, I'm just kidding. You should really go play with him.
yeah, so I think it was doing that every day. I think that's what did it, because my thumb was just so flexed, making like minor adjustments.
You also had a special controller.
I
thing
did.
added.
I got the Elite and I got the extensions. Yeah, so my thumbs are all the way out here.
Yeah. Yeah, he was full in.
I'm not gonna do the thumb extensions anymore.
Did it help you though with aiming?
It helped me with aiming, but it
Hurt your thumbs a lot?
Yeah, because my thumbs are so stretched constantly for hours, and stretched and flexed. I think it's that combination.
And was it both thumbs? Did it matter which?
Just my right, because left thumb's in control of movement. I don't even put an extender on it because it just it's not precise.
Okay.
If you think about moving in Halo, you just go left, right, maybe a little bit left, but like aiming is like
True. Okay.
millimeters. Yeah, moving, you're strafing left, right. It's like big movements.
So, your confidence, between 8 and 10,
Yeah.
what would have to be, if you're at an 8, what would have to be different for you to be at a 10 in your mind?
It's so interesting because I almost like wonder. Okay, in my mind, to be a 10.
Like I'm a genie. All of a sudden, I can change whatever it is you need changed. What do you believe puts you at a 10? Doesn't mean you're actually going to feel that. What do you think in this moment?
True. I think it would be to pick 2 other things in my life that I really want to focus on and give the same amount of effort I gave to strongman in those 2 other areas in my life. If I could do that,
You'd dominate anything.
I feel like exactly. If a genie could do that for me, I'd be a 10. Just having that.
What would the 2 things be?
One is entrepreneurship. That's one. I haven't decided the next. The second is humanitarianism. doing something for the world.
So, okay. I don't know if this is a stretch here, but here's what I heard.
Yeah.
So I'm curious your thoughts. In your head, you're at an 8 right now.
Yeah.
And you're at an 8 for work that you and the village have done.
Yes.
Okay? It sounds like for you to be at a 10, you'd have to have a purpose bigger than you.
Yes. Yes.
And
I love
that
that.
2 points is you feeling like you haven't chosen that.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
That's accurate. I haven't chosen that yet, or I'm on the brink of choosing it, but I'm still confused in it, lost in it. I feel small in it. Like, taking charge of my life is easy. Taking charge of my life in a way where I can affect so many more, it's overwhelming and scary. And that's where those last 2 points, I think, lie. I don't feel big enough to take that on. That's the feeling. I feel small.
And when you say big enough, what is...
It's not the size. I mean,
Obviously.
big enough, like, mentally, spiritually,
mentally, like, not intelligent enough?
maybe not intelligent enough, not focused enough,
Okay.
too scared, too cowardly, too selfish maybe, too habitual.
Habitual, good word.
Kind of like, I feel like my habits are locked up in a cage and they're hard to get to change, to shift.
I think everybody understands this feeling, but so those habits that you have locked up in a cage,
Yeah,
when those habits are tested, do you get anxious or angry?
yeah, very.
Isn't that interesting how we
Yeah.
all do that?
Yes.
Like the habits that we don't like about ourselves, when somebody else tests them, we're like,
Yes, very much so.
why do you think we do that?
We're afraid of the unknown because changing those habits means dealing with the unknown. And I'm in a comfortable, safe rhythm of life right now. Changing or testing those habits means taking on unknown forces that are scary. So there's stories that could ruin everything.
Could also make everything better.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's one habit you could change, just one of yours, one part of you that you could change with a Thanos-like snap, what is it?
I think it would be waking up and after cooking, being productive in all the things on my to-do list.
Like to start the day?
Yeah,
Like some Casey Neistat type of...
exactly. Like,
Okay.
I just have a list of things I'm getting done, and I'm getting it done. That would be my number one thing. Because then I feel like anything's possible.
So if you took the Marine attitude type of thing of every day you got up at 5, knocked out any work you had till 8,
Yeah.
how would your day be different? How would you feel different during that day?
Oh wow, I would feel like a badass. Just hearing that sounds like a 10.
Yes?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds badass. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then the logical question, what stops you from doing that?
Comfort.
Yeah. Comfort's a killer.
Comfort, fear. Comfort and fear. Just that fear of changing those habits, fear of dealing with
The,
that tightrope.
the responsibility of it.
Yeah.
Is it the responsibility of, okay, if I do that, then what?
There's going to be there could be more eyes on me, more expectations, more accountability, more words I need to uphold, more promises that could be broken or people that could be hurt. Just scary. So I'm now curious, is there anything that like holds you back by any chance from being a 10 in confidence, if at all?
Yes. Interesting. Is there anything that holds me back from being a 10 in confidence? I'd say the thing that hinders me the most, or the thing that hurts my confidence when it does, is living in the back of the boat versus front.
Yeah.
Is when I'm front of the boat, life is great. When I'm focused on
wow.
future and potential, life is great.
That's a good one.
When I'm on the back of the boat looking at all the things that hurt and why did they this, why did they that, what does that say about me? Does that mean I'm not good enough? Does that mean I'm not important? Does that mean they don't care about me? Like that?
That's such a good reminder.
Those questions and those things of back of the boat weren't something I dealt with a lot up to
Yeah.
2 years ago, and then was around somebody that lives back of the boat,
I see.
and I just over time kind of got into that. You know, if you're around
Yeah.
somebody all or day after day after day, like it just becomes a habit.
Yeah.
And previously, that was one of my specialties, something I loved about me.
Yeah.
And
Always looking towards the possibility. in the
That's how
future.
this happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
if I was back of the boat at that time, there's no prayer of this.
Yeah.
And it's over these last few months has been this realization starting to come of I am living in the back of the boat, and it's crippling me.
Wow.
And it was just the amount of anxiety and stress that I was carrying to try to counteract going out and making people smile, seeing who I could help.
And that is something that's always so inspirational, fascinating. I love how you could go up to any stranger in the street and light their day up.
I just feel lucky that I can do
You
that.
are so good at it. It's awesome to watch people. You could literally go up to anyone and make their day.